Throughout this period, I have said very little, if anything, as the nation has watched a massive conspiracy by a few who seem bent on doing all that they can to ensure that I do not sit in the seat of Commissioner of Police. A few elements within this country appear to thrive on confusion and bacchanal, and on this I have no intention of engaging. For to engage is to suggest I need this job for my own personal benefit. If the powers that be do not want me in office, that's their prerogative. Service to country comes in many varied permutations. On numerous occasions, to my personal and family detriment, I have offered my service to country, and that's all I could do. My issue with this entire process, though, is that it was all avoidable. There are certain institutions that held all the power. I could have been told at any stage that a different direction was preferred. There was no need to attempt to impugn my integrity. This is the only aspect of this saga that I will continue to fight to the end. The comedy of errors of this plot varied from 2 merit lists for acting and substantive appointments being withheld, blatant false allegations made by the then PSC chairman that I was interfering with an investigation, that same PSC chairman having me suspended without authorization or rationale, one specific official being so out of place to tell me not to report to work, and then referring to me as a civilian as if this is something that is demeaning in his eyes. And then we have a one-man minority report from a 2-member committee by someone with no law enforcement authority making false allegations without a shred of evidence, being leaked to a media reporter and published, all in an attempt to affect my character. All of which clearly demonstrates a level of desperation to have me removed from office without due process. I didn't force anyone to appoint me as acting commissioner. In fact, I never even applied for this post as acting commissioner. I didn't force anyone to adjust the law to allow me to act, nor am I or can I force anyone to appoint me as Commissioner of Police. As a country, we have to accept the consequences of our actions. Time will tell the wisdom of this decision. For now, I will just watch the conspiracy continue to unfold. Thus far, there has been no need for me to say much, as the desperation to have me removed has slowly been exposed piece by piece, day by day, and the vast majority of citizens in this country have not been fooled. The then PSC chairman operated individually, illegally, with impunity, and as the case in this country, will likely face no consequences whatsoever. But as I said earlier, in this town, bacchanal becomes news and folklore becomes fact. I continue to hold the Trinidad and Tobago Police Service in extremely high esteem, and I would hope that due process would now take place to appoint a leader in quick time. Based on this court judgment, then all required for the immediate and lawful appointment of an acting commissioner of police is for the completed merit list for acting commissioner of police to be handed over to Parliament. This could be done tomorrow. Additionally, the merit list for the substantive post of commissioner of police has also been completed, and nothing was done in that process that can give any merit to have it shelved or discarded. Likewise, all required is for it to also be forwarded to the Parliament, and Parliament can select whoever they desire. This is what should have been done all along. As I said in my only other statement on this matter, this is not about Gary Griffith. This is about Trinidad and Tobago and our institutions. To this day, this minute, I am yet to be told what has been my crime and who is my accuser. I have been asked to defend myself from something as of yet not spelt out, and as was confirmed that I was not the subject of any investigation. If, as a then sitting Commissioner of Police, this type of violation of principles of natural justice could be cast aside in the full view of the public by those with the power, well, then it says much about what our institutions, systems, and leaders are than it could ever say about me. We are witnessing a frontal attack on our democracy. There is currently no regard for the separation of powers, apparently. Now, despite the Prime Minister stating recently that sergeants could keep sergeanting and inspectors could keep inspecting without a sitting Commissioner of Police, and whilst I understand this to simply mean that there is no real merit in the view of some placed on the office of Commissioner of Police, I wish to take this opportunity to thank the Honourable Prime Minister for the opportunity to be of service to this country for the last 3 years as Commissioner of Police. In hindsight, perhaps my being too efficient, too independent, and too impartial of service may have been the contributing factors to this saga. To the men and women of the Trinidad and Tobago Police Service, I encourage you to ignore those who seek to impugn your work ethic, stating that you are only operating at 40% capacity. I saw your input over the last 3 years, and whilst there is always room for improvement, there is no room for uncalled for debasement. Having served as a military officer in this defense force, a military attaché to a president and a prime minister, a minister of national security, a national security advisor, and a police commissioner, I can safely say that this civilian understands the meaning of the word service and will await the next strategic move in treating with the already completed and delivered merit list. I can assure you, my days of service are not over.